I just feel really inspired to just mentioning something. I'm not exactly sure why, but I feel like it's going to help someone out. So I'm going to relate it to something completely different. So healing, right? It's not about healing, but I'm going to mention it about healing to try and make an association with it. So it's about creation, really. So healing, as a healer, you know, you can heal a lot of different people. And there's different ways of healing and things like that. Now, if you go into healing with the intention of actually healing lots of people, you'll find that the opposite can happen at some point. It's like the scales tip, and then healing turns to harming. It's because it's polarised, but it's also because of the intention behind it. To get an accurate result, to actually not have that polarisation with anything, is to be a midpoint but higher above. So, for instance, if there was, I'm going to use an example of a bird. If there was a bird and you could see it was in distress and it was on the floor, and you didn't know whether it was going to be alive or die, you'd go to the bird and you'd just comfort it and put your hands on it, and you wouldn't have an intention there, you'd just allow what is. So it's just allowing what is, and then what occurs. So whether it passes away safely and its spirit goes to the light, and you're assisting in that that beautiful practice where you are giving honour to that bird, and it's an honour to do so as well. Or whether you're healing that bird, there's no sort of swaying either way. You're just allowing yourself to be that which it needs to be. Sometimes when we go into the intention of trying to fix something, well, you know, sometimes it's our looks. We could look at, say, like our looks, plastic surgery and things like that. There's so much about those things, or trying to fix your eyes or your ears or whatever it might be. When you think there's something wrong with you, if you don't address the underlying intention behind it and who caused that, what caused that, why you feel that way, it just continues, and it's like a repetitive cycle where people then have more and more and more and more and more, and it becomes really destructive. So it's like the creation destructive cycle. It shouldn't really be creative destructive. You only find that if you're a creator and it's being destructive and none of your patterns are aligned to that, you tend to find that it's someone else who's creating that destruction and warfare towards you. Maybe they've got more money, maybe they've got more power, maybe the opposite sex, maybe they're a group, you know. There is that, and that's not for, you know, if those people don't want to be in your domain as such, then just move out of the way and allow this person to do what they're here to do. We don't all have to be around one another. But, you know, it's not looking at the mistakes that we make. It's looking at how we can learn from the mistakes that we make, because none of us are perfect. And the only way we do learn is learning from what mistakes we make. And I know I've made a lot, especially with the creativity and destruction and things like that. Like I said, with healing, you notice if you've got that intent, you know. A long time ago, I used to always want to fix things, fix people, fix myself, and that's where I learned this sort of stuff. And over time, it's developed on reflection of the wisdom of that. You've got to be a fool to collate wisdom. But I just hope this helps someone.